everybody, welcome to week 5 of distance learning. This is our last week in April before we move over into the month of May, and it will also be our last week doing Spirit Week, so if you have been participating, I hope you've enjoyed it. This week is Disney Week, so let's see you rocking some of your favorite Disney characters and costumes. This week's lessons are called Going 3D because we are going to be building things that are three-dimensional. So what is three-dimensional? What does that mean? First, let's talk about what 2D means. 2D is what we call our drawings. We call these two-dimensional because they are flat. That means they don't have anything that pops up off the page. Sometimes you can draw an image to look like it's three-dimensional like this, but it's not actually 3D. It's just tricking your eyes to look like it's 3D based on the way those things are shaded. But in reality, it's just a drawing that's flat on a sheet of paper. Just like our drawing here, everything is flat. And this drawing is called two-dimensional because it has height and it has width, but it's missing something that's called depth. 3D objects have height, they have width, and they have depth, which means we can view it from all of its sides, a full 360, like a sculpture. We can walk all the way around it, we can see all of its sides. Unlike a drawing, when we're looking at a drawing, we can see everything right here on this one plane. But in a 3D object, there's more to see than just one plane. It has all of these different sides. So when I say that we're going to be doing things in 3 dimension, that means we're going to be building things that pop up and have height, width, and depth. So may the force be with you as we go build in 3D. This lesson is about making one-handed puppets. For this lesson, you're going to need some paper, glue, scissors, pencil and Sharpie, and then optional decorations like googly eyes for your puppets. Don't forget to have a messy mat to keep your space clean. Start with your sheet of paper and you're going to fold it in half hot dog style. You're going to crease it really well against that back edge and then you're going to open it back up. So you should see the crease in the middle. Now we're going to take each of those sides and we're going to fold them in to match up to that center crease. Once those are folded and creased, you're then going to fold it on top of each other to make a skinny strip of paper, which you will then be folding in half to make a V-shaped fold. You're then going to open up that V shape and you're going to take each side and you're going to fold it in to meet at the center crease. Once those two sides are folded at the center, you're then going to take that sheet of paper, fold it in half so that those creased edges meet together and the open sides meet together on the other end, and this is going to make your one-handed puppet. You're going to see that you can pinch open those open ends to create little openings for your fingers to go in, and you have now created the mouth for your puppet. Once you've created the mouth, you can then decide what you want to turn your puppet into. Since I started with a yellow base, I'm going to make this one into a Pikachu puppet. And I'm going to begin by cutting out 2 ear shapes, which are like long, skinny, almost leaf-like shapes with a flat edge. And the tips of his ears are black, so I'm going to use a Sharpie to color in those black tips. And here you can see I'm just placing the ears to make sure that they are the right size. And once I'm happy with those, I'm then going to come in with a little bit of some red paper. And I'm going to sketch out a small red circle that is going to be used for his rosy cheeks. I'm going to layer that paper together so I can cut 2 circles at the same time. So I have 2 red circles. And I'm going to do the same thing for the eyes on white paper using a black Sharpie so I can draw those little twinkles in his eyes and color them in black. And then I'm just going to cut them out with my scissors. Next, I'm going to take a sheet of red paper and I'm going to trim that to make the inside of the mouth. I'm going to round the edge, keeping the back side flat, so then I can glue it into the mouth of my puppet. And every time that you are gluing down a piece, I do recommend holding it for 10 seconds to make sure that it really sticks. And then just using a drop of glue, I'm going to go ahead and glue on the ears, the cheeks, and the eyes. And then the last detail is I'm going to draw a small upside down black triangle in the center of the face to make his nose, and that completes my Pikachu puppet. And once you get the hang of making the base for the puppet, you can turn these into anything that you'd like. Like this one here, I'm going to turn it into a shark. I began by cutting the fin for my shark, folding the bottom of that edge to make a lip that I can add glue so I can attach it to the top of my shark's head. I'm going to use a Sharpie to draw in those two little nose dots, and I'm going to use googly eyes for the eyes for my shark. And just like I did on the Pikachu puppet, I'm going to cut those mouth details using red paper. This time I'm going to make one for the top and the bottom, and I'm going to glue those on, again counting to 10 seconds to make sure it really sticks inside my puppet. And then the final detail will be adding in some sharp teeth for my shark. And I'm going to create teeth that's going to go on the top and the bottom just by layering 2 white sheets of paper together and cutting out some attached triangles. And then to make them have a little bit of a lip to stick on, I'm going to fold that bottom piece just a little bit. So then I will have an edge to add the glue that I can then stick into my puppet. And I also encourage you to make a puppet of your own. It can be anything you want. This one is my own dragon creature, so I just cut out all the different pieces, attached them together, and I made my own unique puppet.